New Yu-Gi-Oh cards just got leaked over here, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. We got tons of cards. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is a new Dragonity monster over here, and its name is Dragonity Guisarm, and it's going to be a level 3 Wind Dragon Tuner Effect monster with 600 attack and 1600 defense points. And it says that you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect is when this card is normal summon, you get to target a level 4 or lower Wind Dragon Wing Beast monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but its effects are negated. And while this card is currently equipped to a monster, you get to special summon this card. So it's easy access to go ahead and make other things that you normally wouldn't be able to make in Dragonities, as the levels just simply don't match up going into 7s. So I want to mention the Dragonity Trident card, which lets you go ahead. Let me go ahead and actually show this card off, because none of you guys know what the heck this thing does, because it never gets to see any play, because levels of the Dragonity archetype just really don't allow for it to go ahead and go off. So anyways, here's the effect of it. It's once per turn, you get to choose a number from 1 to 3. Send that many cards you control to the graveyard. Then you get to look at your opponent's extra deck and send an equal number of cards from there to the graveyard. So a really insane effect. Potentially there's like game winning against certain archetypes. If you know exactly what the heck they're playing, you can set up your board for that. But specifically being able to get rid of cards that maybe are one-ofs could be huge. Anyways, next up, the last card is not actually the name over here. This is All or Nothing over here. So it's a trap card that is a normal trap card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first card, or the first part of it says, if your life point is lower than your opponent's, you get to reveal the top card of your deck. And if you do, and it's a level 1 or 8 monster, either add it to your hand or special summon it. If it isn't, your opponent selects one of these effects to apply. The life points of this card's controller becomes 1,000. The other effect is the opponent of this card's controller gains life points until they have 8,000. So that could be pretty interesting to see. I mean, it obviously has some sort of negative effect, but I really feel like being able to just reveal the top card is very strong. However, it is a trap card at the end of the day, so it is quite slow. So I just feel like most people will, at that point, not want to go ahead and make use out of this card. But there might be some other monsters that if they're special summoned from the deck or something like that, they get some bonus effect, and maybe you can top deck with Plague Spreader, but realistically, I don't see itself being like super OP or like any like cheesy combo, because it sounds kind of cheesy with its effect. Anyways, next up we have another newer card called the Cupid Archery. And it is going to be a light fairy level 6 with 2200 attack and 600 defense points. And it says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect is if the only monsters you control at minimum 1 are monsters with 600 defense, you get to special summon this card from your hand. The quick effect is you get to discard one card, then target one light fairy monster you control, and one face monster at the level of the first target you control becomes the same as the second target until the end of this turn. Oh, okay, so it's just like summon and like continue level. I thought it was going to be some like really good card for maybe like some of the agents or something. It would have been kind of cool to see them get some more support. Next up, we have Plufinus, the Unconventional Commander over here, and it's going to be a level 4 Dark Fiend effect with 1800 attack and 0 defense points. And it says you can only use this card's name first, second, and third effects once per turn each. The first effect is if this card is normal or special summon, you get to banish one trap from your deck, and this card gains 1 level. The second effect is you get to target one trap in either graveyard and banish it, and if you do, this card gains 1 level. The third effect is if this card is destroyed by an opponent's card, you get to set one of your banished normal traps to your field. Okay, that's good support, because realistically, the only trap we're really using, and it's not really because it's even a trap, it's really impermanence right now in the game. Next up, then we have Rock Band Groove YuGiOh. It is going to be a level 4 with 1000 attack and 2000 defense points, and is Earth Rock. It says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to target one rock monster in your graveyard except for Rock Band Groove YuGiOh, and add it to your hand, then place one card from your hand on the top of your deck, so add Emancipator. And then the second effect is, if this card is banished from the field or graveyard, you get to send one rock monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's a really good effect as well. So this is going to be an absolutely amazing effect for, of course, the Emancipator archetype. Got to make block so good. Not that it already isn't really good. Next up, we have Revenant's Running Rampant, which is a normal trap card. And it says, during the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon or set one monster. Oh, that could be kind of good. No one really sets monsters in the game. But this could actually be really good. I'm wondering if, I'm guessing you still have to tribute. I don't, what is that card? The Potted Tab, because you can't just instantly set that, right? I believe like you'd still have to pay the cost of the requirements. But this card, I know it's already insane. This is going to be a card that a lot of people are going to be complaining about, that's for sure. I would say borderline broken. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. But Exceed Import. Spell that it's a quick play. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target one Exceed monster you control. One monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that Exceed monster. Attach that opponent's monster to your monster as Exceed material. This can be great for that Ghost Trick win condition, right? Where you get a bunch of attachments. No. Realistically, AA Zeus, when you've maybe already used its effect and you just have that one extra, this can give you that extra attachment so you can go ahead and use that effect not only again, but then on top of that, this is already a disruption. So not only does it get rid of an opponent's monster, then most of the time, smaller monsters lead up into bigger monsters, so you're going to be able to go ahead and disrupt your opponent. And on top of that, what's good is the monster's not in the graveyard, right? Because it's attached as material. Therefore, until you activate your monster's effect, that monster is not going to be able to be utilized. So it actually adds a lot more depth than just stealing a monster. Stealing a monster, making it so your opponent can't use it. And on top of that, you're going to be able to potentially get another bonus Exceed effect, depending on, of course, what your opponent is playing. Next up, though, we have new Zumi Hanabi over here. There's a little, looks like I think he's a flying squirrel. Level 4 with 2,000 attack, 200 defense points over here. So I guess it will be a fire monster for, of course, rekindling, right? Fire Beast effect cannot be used as material for fusion, synchro, exceed, or link summon. If this card is no more special, place 6 counters on this card. Once per turn during your end phase, switch control of this card to your opponent. Once per turn, if this card with counters on it switches control, roll a 6-sided die and remove its counters from this card equal to the die result, or all of them if they are less. If this card's counters are removed by this effect, destroy it, and if it is destroyed, you take 2,000 damage. So really weird. What the heck? This has just got troll written all over it. I guess you just RNG to make your opponent take damage. I just don't get this card at all. Someone let me know, is there something that can really make use out of this card? I feel like placing 6 counters, that's a very high number. There might be something that interacts with counters on the field. It doesn't say a specific, they're not like flying squirrel counters. So this could be, I mean, it's got, like I said, you give it to your opponent and then they burn damage rolling dice. It's the most troll card I've seen in a while. It doesn't even seem that OP. But anyways, next up we have Gluttonous Fish Greedies over here. Here is the artwork on it. And it is going to be level 3, 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense, and it is going to be a water fish tuner. Anyways, you can only use this card's name first effect once per turn. First effect is you can target 1 fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard with a level less than or equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hands and special summon it, but it can't activate its effects this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can have the synchro monster that used it as material gain 200 attack and defense for each card in your opponent's hand. Oh, it reminds me of like Muka Muka, but like again, the effect is really mediocre for this. The other effect is just getting out, you know, 1 extra monster. Could be okay, it's not too bad. Next up, though, we have Magical Broker over here. This is a dark spellcaster. In fact, they revealed this card a while back ago, but it was one of those where there's a secret effect, so hopefully they don't overhype it. Level 3, though, dark, 1,500 attack, 200 defense points. And it says it's a dark spellcaster. You can only use this card's name second effect once per turn. The first effect is that it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect while you control a continuous trap. And the second effect is during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can just send 1 face-up continuous spell / trap card you control the graveyard to draw a card. Okay, maybe some of the cards will get some bonus effect if you destroy it, but like it's I think too mediocre. If this was a quick effect to pop 1 card you control, then we're looking at something a little bit better. And this is just talking about the missing cards, which they actually did reveal. Anyways, next up though, we have Jack in the Hand. This is looks like new Ghost Trick support in 2020. New spell card. You can activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. The first effect is to reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names from your deck and have your opponent pick one of those to add to your hand. You add to their hand, then you get to add one of those monsters to your hand and shuffle the remaining card into their, wait, what? Hold on. Let me read this again. Reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names, have your opponent pick one of those to add to their hand, and then you get to add one of them, and then you shuffle the remaining cards into the deck. So, I guess with school servants, you give them something, that's actually pretty good. Oh, someone just mentioned revealing Valor, Magician Soul, Droll. This is actually a pretty good effect. I was even thinking for like, I mean, that's an insane effect just to be able to search out, but giving your opponent any of the Skull Servant cards would be great because most of them can't make too many great uses out of it other than, like, let's say, discard one card, but that's just going to help you out because you just give your opponent something that would give you a benefit into the graveyard, but then again, they might just hold on to the card forever. But what would be interesting is if you did this plus Dark Designator, you can basically force out, or even like Mind Crush, right? I'm thinking of other great uses because you can Mind Crush and then they'd have to reveal. That's troll. I like it. King of B.O. Come on, guys. No one plays King of B.O. Mystic Piper anymore. That thing is too old. But I like the idea. I think this card opens up the doors for a lot of weird stuff to go on. With, you know, maybe even exchange with you. I don't know. I'm just thinking of just crazy stuff. But anyways, that's it for the newer Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Love to know what you guys think of them down below in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see what people are going to be doing with that dice flying squirrel looking thing. This just got cheese written all over it. I'm wondering if you can, like, somehow get multiple out and then like dice roll and then burn your opponent for game instantly. And it looks like it's got like, what's that, Ring of Destruction on its tail over here. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you are new here, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss out on when we figure out how to make this card broken with some crazy dice cheese. And if you guys know of any cool combos, we'd love to see you guys send me in some replay files of any of the cards we mentioned here in the gameplay. I know people will definitely be making use out of this with the AzneyesWhitedragon, but feel free to send it to my email, or you can go ahead and message me via the Discord. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video, and I'm out. Peace.